I ain't give a fuck. But that time, the actions that I did during the time that I was acting that way helped me realize, like, bro, you wrong. You know what I mean? You just wrong. Just get out the way and go back to your mission. Go back to your mission. Leave that alone. But I am happy with everything. Want the best. I've accepted.
Now let me tell you, Offset was not moving like a man who wants peace, and he definitely wasn't moving like he accepted anything. Everybody's been buzzing about that little Instagram stunt he pulled, and baby, it had the whole internet gasping. Here's the breakdown. This man jumped on Instagram and dropped a random picture of Maury Povich. Yes, that Maury, the "you are not the father" king himself. And then, just 30 minutes later, Offset snatched it right down like it never happened. But we all know how this works. When a celebrity posts something and deletes it quick, that's not a mistake. That's a straight-up message. And the streets caught it instantly. People were like, wait a minute, what is Offset trying to say with this Maury shade? And the theories started flying left and right. Some folks swore he was throwing shots at Cardi's youngest daughter, Blossom. Others thought he was hinting that Cardi might be pregnant again and the baby could belong to somebody else. And yes, Stefon Diggs' name got dragged into the mess more than once. This thing spiraled quick. But here's where it gets even wilder. Offset ain't slick. That post was loaded with meaning. And guess what? Gossip of the City caught the screenshot before he deleted it, and they claim to have the inside scoop. According to them, Offset didn't just wake up and decide to play around with Maury memes for fun. No. 2 weeks ago, during his mediation with Cardi, Offset straight up requested a DNA test for Blossom. Woo, let me sip my tea because that's heavy.
Put receipts out. Put it, because you can't lie about my no. And when you lie about my make sure them is legit.
Think about it. This man is already in the middle of divorcing Cardi. Emotions are boiling, and now he's questioning if their youngest daughter is even his. Some say he's pulling this just to hurt Cardi and drag her through more drama, while others say he might actually believe it. Either way, Offset just lit a fire that nobody saw coming. Suspicious doesn't even cover it because let's not forget, Cardi herself once admitted she stepped out while pregnant with Blossom. Yes, she said it boldly, and now it's coming back to haunt her. So when Offset dropped that Maury post, the internet instantly connected the dots like, oh, so that's what he's hinting at. Was he saying the DNA results already came in and confirmed something shocking? Or was he throwing a warning shot that he's got doubts and receipts loading up in the background? Either way, it was straight up messy. Social media wasted zero time clowning it. Memes were everywhere, and people were joking like, not Offset turning his own daughter into a Maury moment. But if we're keeping it real, this is way deeper than internet jokes. If Offset truly doesn't believe Blossom is his, that's not just shading Cardi. It's putting his own child in the world's harsh spotlight. That's wild and honestly cruel, especially knowing how savage the internet can be. But let's be honest, Offset been moving bitter ever since Cardi filed for divorce. So him pulling petty stunts like this? Not exactly shocking. The real question is, does he actually know something, or is he just lashing out because he's hurt? Either way, the drama isn't slowing down. This DNA situation is bubbling hotter by the day. And here's the kicker. Offset didn't just post for clout. Reports claim that during his official mediation with Cardi, he straight up demanded a DNA test for Blossom. And mediation is supposed to be about splitting up assets, figuring out custody, and hashing out divorce details. But Offset walked in there like, nah, run me this swab right now. On one hand, some people think maybe he just wants peace of mind, that maybe he's really unsure deep down. But on the other hand,
you're right, nigga. I make you look good. Look at the bitch I don't care. Look at the bitch I'm a fucker. Matter of fact, oh, look at this. I don't want to see it. So what? You was gonna fuck them anyways. All you gotta do is get fucking drunk. Gonna throw you that for 2,000. Just gotta survive out here.
Folks are saying this was pure spite. A move meant to cut Cardi where it hurts most. Let's not sit here acting brand new because this DNA request didn't just pop out of nowhere. Cardi already admitted, loud and clear, that she cheated while she was pregnant with Blossom. Yes, while carrying that baby, she went public and confessed, and Offset has clearly been keeping that in the back of his mind ever since. Now that divorce papers are floating around, Offset's like, oh yeah, let's really see who the daddy is. And let's be real, the timing is straight up messy. This doesn't feel like innocent curiosity. This feels like strategy. Offset wants leverage. He wants to embarrass Cardi, shake her image in court, and remind everybody that he's not the only one in that marriage with dirt on his name. And let's talk symbolism, because Offset didn't just post anything. He posted Maury Povich. Y'all know what that means. Maury is the universal code for DNA drama. Nobody sees Maury on their feed and thinks of anything except, you are not the father. That post was a message loud and clear. I don't trust you, Cardi, and I don't trust this baby situation either. But here's where it gets wild. When people started looking at Blossom's face next to Offset, they were like, sir, the baby looks just like you. What are we even doing here? And that's when the internet split in two. Half the people dragged Offset for being a bitter, soon-to-be ex-husband trying to weaponize Maury memes. The other half was like, well, Cardi did admit she cheated, so maybe Offset just wants receipts to ease his mind. We don't know what's really going on behind closed doors. Maybe Offset truly has doubts. Maybe he's just being spiteful. But what we do know is this, airing it all out in public with shady posts and quick deletes. See, this stopped being just about Cardi a long time ago. This is about Blossom too. Imagine growing up and finding out your own daddy went on the internet hinting he didn't believe you were his. That cuts deep. And don't get it twisted. Offset knew exactly what he was doing with that Maury post. He knows how to work the internet like a pro, and like clockwork, the blogs exploded. Now everyone's holding their breath for one thing, the DNA results. And when they finally drop, who child? Whether they prove Offset right or wrong, the fallout is gonna be straight nuclear. But wait, while Offset's busy tossing out Maury memes and questioning babies, the streets are buzzing about his alleged dirt. And let me tell you, this rumor right here feels like a whole daytime telenovela. Word is, Offset's been creeping with the house help. Not a rapper, not a model, not even a random Instagram baddie. No, the house help. If that's even halfway true, it's beyond messy. It's reckless. Because how do you get online questioning your wife's child while allegedly sneaking around with somebody working under your own roof? That's giving straight up pot and kettle vibes. Like, sir, how you pointing fingers when your own hands look filthy? And let's keep it real. These whispers about Offset and the house help aren't brand new. They've been floating for a while now. Folks online swear they've seen subtle signs, like when certain staff at Cardi's house suddenly went missing with no explanation. Remember those times Cardi would hop on live, ranting about loyalty and betrayal without dropping names? Fans didn't miss a beat. They started connecting dots like, hold up, who else could she possibly be talking about? And once Offset threw that Maury post into the mix, people felt like they finally had proof he was moving grimy on his own end too. And here's where things get sticky. The alleged house help situation lines up perfectly with why Offset might be pushing this DNA test so hard. Some blogs are saying he's just trying to flip the script. That way, when his mess eventually surfaces, he can deflect like, well, Cardi cheated too. Look, I even had to check if the baby was mine. The mental gymnastics of it all is wild. But let's keep it real. Cardi and Offset's marriage has always played out like a messy soap opera. Cheating scandals, public fallouts, dramatic breakups, and then patching it back up like nothing happened. It's almost like they collect receipts just to pull them out later and one-up each other when things go south. So let's say Offset really did cross the line with someone working under their roof. If Cardi gets confirmation, oh baby, that's not just divorce drama, that's lawsuit drama. We're talking employment law, NDAs, power imbalances, the whole messy package. And once the internet got wind of it, the clowning started instantly. Memes flew like wildfire, with people joking Offset couldn't even keep it in the industry. He had to keep it in-house. Some fans are even joking that Cardi might put the alleged house help in a verse just to get her lick back, and we all know Cardi never bites her tongue. Just picture it. Offset out here questioning if Cardi's daughter is his, while Cardi's side-eyeing him for allegedly creeping with the staff. And both of them busy trying to spin the narrative so neither looks like the villain. It's giving full-blown mess Olympics. And let's be honest, neither of them is winning gold. At this point, fans don't even know which way to look. Is Offset exposing real tea, or just trying to distract everyone from his own skeletons? Either way, the DNA drama and these house help whispers are like two ticking bombs. And when they blow, whoo child, this divorce might make his and Kanye's court battles look like light work. And trust me when I say this split is shaping up to be one for the history books. Cardi and Offset been through public chaos before, but this time, they're both pulling out the nuclear weapons. Let's start with Cardi. Sis might joke around online, but when it comes to her image, she does not play. She went from the strip club to reality TV to global superstar status, and she knows the court of public opinion can make or break everything she's built. So when Offset threw shade, suggesting Blossom might not be his, Cardi clocked it instantly. And you better believe she's not about to sit back and let him paint her as some reckless baby mama, while he's the one allegedly tangled up with the house help. What's crazy is how the internet split straight down the middle. Team Offset says he has every right to ask for a DNA test. After all, Cardi admitted she cheated. But Team Cardi is like, sir, you've been caught creeping a dozen times. You don't get to play the victim now. Both sides swear they've got the winning argument. But here's what nobody's talking about enough: the kids. Blossom is too young to understand right now, but imagine growing up and scrolling the internet only to see your own dad basically saying, I don't know if she's mine. That's not just drama, that's generational scars dressed up as gossip. And don't forget, all of this is unfolding in divorce court. Offset requesting that DNA test during mediation isn't just about peace of mind, it's strategy, it's leverage, and it's him playing dirty in the middle of a legal battlefield. See, this is where Offset's whole strategy starts making sense. If he can prove Cardi cheated while pregnant and even plant doubt about paternity, that shifts the whole game in divorce court. Custody, child support, spousal support. It all gets affected. This ain't checkers, this is chess. But let's be real, Cardi ain't no rookie in this game either. She's got millions of fans ready to go to war for her, and the Barty gang turns Twitter into a battlefield at the drop of a hat. If Offset tries to smear her name too hard, they'll burn the internet down defending her. And best believe, if those house help allegations ever get legs, Cardi's gonna use that like a weapon. All she needs is one late night live, a few words about betrayal, and boom, the internet will drag Offset like never before. Meanwhile, Offset's leaning hard on the sympathy act, dropping cryptic stories, deleting them fast, liking shady tweets. He's trying to play hurt husband who just wants the truth. But let's be honest, the internet is too smart for that. People are already side-eyeing him like, if you're serious, why are you throwing subliminals instead of handling it behind closed doors? So at this point, this divorce isn't even about love lost anymore. It's about who wins the PR war. Who walks away looking like the victim, and who ends up the villain? And with DNA drama hanging over one side and house help whispers floating on the other, nobody can say for sure who's ahead. But one thing's guaranteed. When this finally hits the courtroom and the DNA results drop, the blogs, the fan pages, and the timelines are going to eat this up like a feast. Somebody's reputation is going to rise, and somebody else is going to get buried in humble pie in front of the entire world. And let's keep it real. If that test proves Blossom really is Offset's daughter, and come on, the baby already looks like his twin, then Offset's gonna have to face the fire. Because let's be real, if that DNA test proves Blossom is Offset's, the internet is gonna eat him alive. Imagine the headlines. You dragged your own daughter through Maury memes, questioned her existence, only to find out you were the daddy the whole time. That's not just embarrassing, that's permanent damage to his family man image. You can't claim loyalty and legacy while also putting public doubt on your own child. And that's a scar Blossom herself could end up carrying into her teenage years. And fans? They'll never let Offset forget it. Now flip the coin. If the results come back different and Blossom really isn't his, whoo, child, that's a whole different storm. Cardi's empire would take a direct hit, no question. Her entire brand is built on being real, raw, and unfiltered, and if the public believes she knowingly passed off another man's baby on Offset, cancel culture gonna be sharpening their knives before she even logs on. But if we know anything about Cardi, it's this. She's messy, but she's resilient. She'd spin it, own it, hop on IG Live in tears, and then turn the whole scandal into a chart-topping diss track that has everybody streaming. That's just who she is, turning pain into platinum. And don't forget, those house help whispers are still hovering over Offset's head. Even if he comes out on top with the DNA results, the chatter about him creeping with staff is gonna keep his name muddy. Either way, this marriage is ending like a full-on tit-for-tat war, each one airing the other out in ways that can't ever be swept under the rug. And here's the part that hits the hardest. The kids are the ones caught in the middle of this chaos. That's the real tragedy. Culture, blossom, and the little ones never asked for this circus. They didn't sign up to have their parents' marriage dissected on Shade Room posts and Twitter spaces like it's some kind of pay-per-view fight. Every shady IG story, every rumor, every leaked court doc, it's all becoming permanent receipts that will live online forever. Fast forward a few years, when those kids hit their teens and start Googling Cardi and Offset, they're gonna see every bit of this mess. That's why the biggest battle here isn't just in court, it's in their legacies. Cardi has to protect her brand as the unbothered queen who always keeps it real, while Offset has to prove he's more than just a bitter baby daddy hiding behind cryptic posts and deleted stories. And the truth? Right now, neither of them is really winning. But one thing we know about this industry, scandals don't kill careers. It's how you flip the scandal that counts. Offset might try to drop an album playing the role of the heartbroken dad searching for truth, while Cardi could flip the whole mess into a viral single, turning her pain into power. Either way, this fallout is about to fuel blogs, fan wars, and group chats for months. So buckle up, because this DNA test might be about Blossom, but the drama is about Cardi and Offset's entire future, and once those results drop, there's no going back. And hey, if you've been following along with this wild ride, make sure you hit that like button, share this with your people, drop a comment on what side you're on, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video.